Hi, I'm Kelly Flores, and these are the Big Picture Talks. Last week we talked a little bit about how we humans can be living meanings unconsciously, that there are meanings we're living and we're not consciously aware of them. And in the beginning, when we first started talking about the big picture, we talked about the big picture view of materialism and how the deeper meaning of materialism is to look at ourselves as physical beings only, or as having a physical existence only. And we even have habituated ways of looking at our physical existence that we might not be aware of. For example, if someone was to ask me, "What size are you? Describe your size, and where are you? Describe where you're at." These are physical questions, right? And if I say to you, "Well, I'm 5'5.5", and I weigh 126 pounds. I'm a small person, and my size is small, and I'm sitting on my couch in my living room." If I answered that way, you would feel like, most people would say, that's a rational answer. She's got a pretty good conscious awareness of her physical size and where she's at. But if I was to say to you, answer the same question, "What size are you and where are you at?" If I said to you, "I'm all sizes. I have a tennis court in my chest. I have strands, millions and billions of strands coming out of all of my cells that reach all the way to the moon and back, billions and billions and billions of times. And I'm on a spaceship, flying through space, and I've traveled 25 billion miles through space to be here now." Now, a lot of people would be like, "Okay, she's losing it." That does not sound like a rational description of my physical size, but in fact, it is. Because inside a human adult's chest, we have lungs. And inside the lungs, there's a whole bunch of little balloons that receive the oxygen and exchange the oxygen. But there's all these little balloons. And if you take all those little balloons and you pop them and lay them out flat, the surface area of the inside of a human's lungs takes up the space of half a tennis court. It takes up the space of half a tennis court. And inside each individual cell of your body, skin cells, bladder cells, blood cells, whatever cells you have, is DNA. Every single cell of your body has DNA in it. DNA comes in strands. And they're all folded up, these strands of DNA, but if you unfold them all the way, one strand of human DNA will reach to the moon and back 400 times, over 400 times. The strands of DNA within your cells that you cannot see without a microscope, when they're unwrapped, reach back and forth to the moon over 400 times. And you have millions and millions and billions and trillions of cells, especially if you count the ones that have come and gone. And they all have DNA in them. And if you're breathing, you've got lungs. And the surface area of your lungs would cover half a tennis court. And we are on a spaceship. Thank you, Buckminster Fuller. We are on the spaceship Earth. We are hurtling through space. We are orbiting the sun. And every year, every solar year, every year that we travel around the sun of our lives, we have traveled 586 million miles. So by the time you're 2 years old, you have traveled 1 billion miles through space on this spaceship that we call Earth. These are real physical facts. It's very interesting, the physical life, what you can see with your eyes and what you can't see. We have this narrow range of vision, and some of us are blind and have no vision at all. And we perceive the physical world as, a lot of us perceive it, you know, we're not even in touch with our own body. We see our hands, we see our face in the mirror. We think that the world consists of the 25-mile radius that we travel within every day in our daily life. We live in a house bubble, in a car bubble, in a land bubble. You know, we don't live as if we are on a planet zooming through space. Right now, spinning, a spinning planet zooming through space. And the crazy thing about our bodies is they are packaged in such a way, the design is amazing. The DNA strands, they get folded 3 times. They get folded up one time, and then that whole package gets folded up again, and then that whole package gets folded up again, and then something can stretch back and forth to the moon 400 times, fits right into your cells. And when you take all that surface area from a half a tennis court, and you make a whole bunch of little bubbles and little balloons and put them inside the lungs, they fit inside this little frame. A tennis court fits inside just the chest of this frame. Packaging. It's about how things are packaged. Luckily, we're not packaged with our lungs all spread out like that.